2021, the year of the CM Punk return, one of my favorite superstars of all time. Something I never thought would ever happen anytime soon would be CM Punk returning to any professional wrestling ring, whether it be AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor. It doesn't matter. I just didn't expect the news. I don't think anyone expected the news of CM Punk returning. As soon as I heard them, I kind of turned them down until I saw everyone talking about CM Punk. I mean, this is true. I mean, it's finally happening. CM Punk is 99.99% coming back to professional wrestling, and he's coming to AEW. But we have to ask the question in this video: is it really a good idea for him to go to AEW? Is that the right place? Well, let's talk about it in this video. So the AEW roster is star-studded with superstars from Ring of Honor, New Japan. Literally, the forbidden door is open in AEW. They've got Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes. They've got the Young Bucks, the best tag team division in all of professional wrestling, I have to say that. And the male superstars on this roster are on par with the WWE's. The only lacking area with AEW's roster is the women's division, but that hopefully is going to turn around soon with the recent signing of Thunder Rosa and the amazing work given every single week by Britt Baker. But looking at the male roster, however, looking at AEW's roster, there are so many ex-WWE talents on there now, and it kind of just puts that stain on AEW. It kind of makes AEW go back on their word when they had that first press conference and Tony Khan said that he wasn't going to just sign everyone that's released from WWE. Yes, he hasn't signed every single person, but so many people have been signed to AEW now. From the recent signings of Andrade, Malachi Black, to now CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Is it excessive? In my opinion, yes, it looks like that on paper, but you have to take into consideration a majority of these guys, excluding CM Punk, who has been away from wrestling for 7 years now, and excluding Daniel Bryan, who obviously is a main event player in WWE. Andrade, Malachi Black, Rusev were treated like absolute trash on the main roster. Rusev wasn't for a while when he first came on, but recently, you know, in the last 2-3 years from the League of Nations and just his wife getting dominated by the dominator Bobby Lashley, you know, they weren't treated so well. But that's just WWE's system, and these guys are going to be completely on a new level, hopefully, in All Elite Wrestling. So I wouldn't really say it's too much of a big deal, but obviously for some it's not gonna be, you know, it kind of just looks like, oh, they're signing, they're doing what TNA did back in the day. However, looking at WWE, they signed so many ex-TNA talent, and there was a point on Monday Night Raw where I believe Samoa Joe, AJ Styles and Kurt Angle were in the ring, and it was on Monday Night Raw and everybody was chanting TNA. So is the AEW roster saturated with a bunch of WWE guys? Yes, but the caveat to this, I think that's the right word, is that these guys won't be the versions of themselves in WWE. These guys are going to be a kind of evolved version of themselves, and CM Punk will hopefully be a brand new version of CM Punk. I mean, we've seen CM Punk have so many incarnations of himself, from the straight edge superstar to the leader of the Nexus to the best in the world to the heel best in the world and the best champion, to his return in 2013 as a Wolverine kind of looking guy. And hopefully we see a new version of CM Punk, and I will be making a video on a couple dream scenarios we want to see now that CM Punk is in AEW. So go ahead, subscribe, leave a like, and I hope you guys watch that video too, because I am very excited to make that one. And the second reason CM Punk may not be a good fit in AEW is because he could take the spotlight off of the other AEW superstars. I mean, CM Punk is a huge name around the world, not even the wrestling world, but around the entire world. I mean, CM Punk is in movies, he's in TV shows, he's writing Marvel comics, he is, he participated in the UFC. He may have not done great in the UFC, but it was big money for the UFC. It was a big deal that CM Punk was coming in. I mean, he's a huge name, and that is because of his stance in the WWE. What he did in WWE, he was phenomenal. So CM Punk in AEW, yes, it may be great, and there may be a huge spike in the ratings, but you gotta ask, are those people here for AEW, or are they just here for CM Punk and they'll take it off? Hopefully CM Punk could bring new eyes to the AEW product that absolutely love the product, but the fear here is that the product will start to slowly revolve around CM Punk. I don't think that's going to happen, but there is, never say never. I mean, bad things happen in wrestling all the time. Bad decisions are made, and I just hope that AEW doesn't start to kind of revolve around CM Punk and he starts winning every single match and he becomes undefeated and he becomes this great unstoppable star in AEW. I just don't want to see that storyline. I want to see more intricate storylines. I want to see more funny storylines. I want to see something new from CM Punk in AEW. Third reason Punk may not be a good fit is there's a lot of hype to CM Punk and he could be a major flop, and this is something that could so definitely happen. It's not out of the realm of possibility with this one. CM Punk hasn't competed for 7 years. 7 years, and he took quite a beating in the UFC. His body isn't the same as when he left the WWE or when he was on peak in the WWE. CM Punk is 42 years of age and he may not even be able to perform some of the moves he did in WWE, like the top rope flying elbow. I don't know how hurt his body is. I don't know what he was willing to do or not, but I'm hoping he actually kind of takes on some new moves in his moveset. And with the Forbidden Door opening with NJPW and AEW with a relationship, Kenta and Punk, Punk kind of took Kenta's finishing maneuver, the GTS, so I kind of hope CM Punk has a new finishing maneuver. I do hope he keeps the GTS, but I also hope he adopts some new moves in AEW that kind of brings it like this is a new version of CM Punk, and I hope he doesn't flop. I hope he still has it in the tank, but it is in the realm of possibilities. CM Punk may not be able to perform. Maybe it's going to be a Bret Hart in WCW situation where he's just not the same Punk. He's just not quite there. He's just not on that level. But he still brings eyes to the company. But I really hope this doesn't happen. I hope he is. I hope he's better than he was in WWE. That is very hard to top. But with him having more creative control, hopefully in AEW, maybe he could kind of showcase some of his ideas and what he kind of wanted to do in WWE, but he was never allowed to do. So what the hell do you think is gonna happen with CM Punk in AEW? Will he do the Pepsi plunge from the top rope? Will he do some Pepsi twist? Will he drink some Pepsis in the ring of AEW? Will he get a new tattoo in AEW? So many questions we have for CM Punk's arrival in AEW. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to make some wrestling content after a long time. I am planning to do a lot more if you guys like it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comment section below. I really want to hear your opinions on this matter and the future matters on the professional wrestling world. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and I hope to see you in the next video, Pepe. Take care, guys.